Γεια σας! This is part 3 of my series on country, religion, family. Πατρίς, Θρησκεία, Οικογένεια. While I am aware that not all families are loving and caring, I will be discussing the average one, and in some ways, the ideal one, as it demonstrates my points. If such a family life does not exist, it is difficult to get along in the world and to have an appreciation for country and religion, though of course it can be done. While I accept homosexual parents, step-parents, guardians, and so on, I'm using the cookie-cutter family to be concise. This is the third word in the slogan, but it is actually the glue that holds everything together, since it is the point where the other two things, being patriotism and religion, along with honor, loyalty, discipline, honesty, and most importantly, love, are learned. That last is crucial. If you cannot love yourself, then you cannot properly love anyone or anything else. So family is the provider of these and many more things. It is, in essence, your home base, where you go to recharge and relax when life becomes too difficult. For a child, family is his world, and home is where he feels the safest. It prepares him for the world outside, so that when he attends his first day of school, he knows that it will be a new experience, but not a frightening one, since he has support from his parents. The child in such an environment will naturally want to come home on that day and tell everyone whom he met, what he learned, what the teacher was like, etc. As he grows, his parents help him with things like homework, advice on friends, bullying, etc. Then, when he becomes a teenager, they are there to help him negotiate the crazy world of high school, girls, staying out late with friends, and though we all hope that our children don't have sex underage, even that must be discussed. I cannot stress this enough. Teens need to know about safe sex, and they need to be able to trust their parents should, God forbid, something go wrong. This trust is one of the reasons why it is so important for the bonds of family to start at the youngest age possible, from smiling at him when he's an infant, to giving him the car keys for the first time when he's a teenager. It's all vitally important. Children need to know that no matter what life throws their way, they can always go home. Their parents may not always be able to fix things, and they will need to be able to make their own decisions once they become an adult. But even at 28, I thank the gods that Mom's still there to be my guide whenever I need her. So someone needs to be in that child's life until he is old enough to go to school full-time. It can be a parent, a grandparent, an aunt or an uncle, but it must be consistent. If a child sees a cousin one day, an aunt the next, a grandparent the next, and is then left with a babysitter or a neighbor for the rest of the week, how can he be expected to truly bond with his family? As I've stated, the family is still an important part of a man's life when he grows up. This is for the purposes of having someone in whom he can confide, but is also about sharing the knowledge of the previous generations with those of the future ones. While I don't think it's necessary or even wise for everyone to have children, people can still be there for their relatives or even their friends' children, as it is possible to consider friends to be just as close as family. These are those who have gone well above and beyond the normal boundaries of friendship, and to be welcomed into one's life this way is a great honor. Likewise, I think that it's crucial that we take the lessons learned from our families and use them when we go out into the world. To conclude this series, it's easy to see how country, religion, and family are all closely connected. The family is our home base, from which we learn about our faith and our nation. Taking this, we then serve our nation, which is like an extended family, and through faith, we have hope for all.